Hi, welcome to our first episode of the Spiritual Gaze vodcast.
Something.
I am Vincent.
I am Adam. So I'm wearing a blanket because I'm naked. Just to let you know. So is he.
We are wearing the blankets.
I want to say real quick why we're kind of like relaxed and kind of on our couch and chilling and with blankets and pajamas. We want to create a casual podcast where you're kind of like joining with us, like a conversation. So just if you're sitting back on your couch or relaxing and watching this, we want to join you. That sounds weird.
We want you to join us.
You want us to join us on the couch. But today we're just going to be discussing the movie Disclosure Day. We saw it a couple weeks ago, and we'll give you our thoughts about it, our theories, our feelings, how we felt about it. And kind of just discuss it a little bit and see if you have the same kind of feelings or not about it. I know I've seen a lot of comments talk about they hate it and all this other stuff, so I'm just interested to find out what other people thought of it.
What did you think about it?
Oh, we're going right to it?
Yeah. What else is there to talk?
So, Disclosure Day, if you haven't seen it, is directed by Steven Spielberg. It's one of his many sci-fi movies he's created. But this one is very different than others. This one was more kind of in today's world, not like Close Encounters, not like E.T. I think it's closer to E.T. than Close Encounters, in my opinion. But this was definitely more relatable to today's modern times. And if there's any spoilers, if you haven't seen this, there might be spoilers, so just letting you know. But yeah, I think the movie was great. It was one of my top 5, maybe. I put it up there near Star Wars. I love Star Wars. And I think that's because it made an emotional impact on me. And when movies can make an emotional impact on me, I give it a good rating. So for me personally, how I felt throughout the movie, I cried a few times. Many times actually. Especially with Emily Blunt's character and how she awakened and how she got activated. A lot of those things happened to me, and they continue to happen to me. And I can't explain why. I don't know why it's happening. I don't know why a lot of these things are happening. Thoughts, feelings, things that we experience ourselves. I don't know. I don't get why, but maybe one day we'll know the why. Maybe things will happen. But I mostly got also very upset with the way we, again, this is spoilers, the way we treated the aliens that were here. Apparently the government knew about it since the 40s, since Roswell, and probably even before that. And we just they crash landed and we just handled them with a shovel kind of thing. And I thought that was very awful. I mean, what people do now, what people do here with like animals and stuff like that and kids, and it's just, it's heartbreaking. But also to see the same thing happen to creatures, or I don't want to call them creatures, I guess other intelligent life.
Yeah.
From another, who we've never seen, who never met. We're like, oh, who are these things? Who are these people? Or are these living creatures or living things? And we just like handle them with a shovel like they don't matter. Or we experiment on them and they're crying and like in pain because there's no care in the world from greed and government and stuff like that. So, but except for us, like I'd probably have them over for like Burger King or something. I love Burger King. I actually love Burger King more than Taco Bell right now. So that's fun. I'm on the shot. So what did you think? Or how did you feel?
Well, that's the end of the podcast. No, I was kidding. Pretty much everything Adam said. I thought the movie itself was pretty good. Emily Blunt was fantastic. I forget what the actor who played the main male character, what's his name? But he was really good too. Give him some credit.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
He played a lot of films as a priest, which was interesting.
Oh yeah.
So,
but for me, like growing up, I didn't really have a lot of kind of spiritual connections like that. Grew up in a pretty like we thought about ghosts and spirits and things like that, but you know, we didn't really. I personally didn't have any experiences, but I thought that the movie was interesting in how, you know, you don't have to have these experiences from a young age. It can happen at any time. But also I agree with Adam, like how they treated these, I don't know what the word is. I don't think there is really a word for it because alien doesn't seem right. Creature doesn't seem right. Other living intelligent beings, maybe. Because it seems like they have, you know, emotions and things like that, especially in that scene where they're experimenting on them and they're trying to get away. And it seems like there was, you know, pain and stuff like that involved. But yeah, I usually don't cry. I don't cry a lot. But I definitely cheered up in the movie. I think mainly when I did see the videos of how they were being treated, I've become a much more empathic, compassionate person, especially towards animals and any living creature. And so the way that they were being handled, it just made me sick in a way. And I think that's why I was kind of crying. How could humans, we waited so long to be visited by these other beings and then we treat them that way? It's just disgusting. But yeah.
but they also made a good point in the film about how our tech evolved so fast after Roswell, like incredibly fast. Because it's been the same kind of.
I don't think in the film they talked about it. I think you're talking about the interview with Daryl and the guy who Terrence Bashar.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
It was not. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson on Mayim Bialik's podcast.
Yes. That's right. He did say that.
Because
I found that interesting.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm not speaking on his behalf, but he has never really been an alien kind of guy until more recently, I think. And so he was on the podcast talking about how quickly things escalated.
He has a better memory than me. I can't remember dates or anything. I'm really bad at that. Someone would be asking me, like, what'd you do last week? I'd be like, oh, I don't know. You know? For me, I feel like this was a gift for a lot of people. I feel like it was kind of like feeling like there's at least some people that understand, or, you know, we're not crazy. We feel this too. And I love that it's represented in a movie that others can understand, or we can kind of have a community and talk about it, or find people that are like us. But then I saw the comments of people like, oh, this movie's garbage and it's been awful and I hate it. You know, I want to burn it to the ground. And I think because their expectations were like Independence Day action, and it's definitely not that at all. There's some action, but it's not like crazy. And I think those are the people that just don't understand. I think those are people that are very closed-minded or aren't awake in themselves. And also, I think it's a test of empathy, because you really have to be, you really have to have empathy to understand this movie. Is it empathic? Is that what it is? You have to be empathic to understand this movie. We've been seeing like other interviews and stuff like that about it and all that. So there's a couple people that were kind of, I noticed that people were saying like they cried at the parts of the disclosure itself, like when the videos came out and people were watching it. And I didn't see many people say about how they were upset about the way that the aliens were treated, like Vincent and I felt. So that was interesting. And everyone feels differently, but I felt like, to me, I felt like that was very selfish in a way. Because it's like, it's me. Like everything is like, okay, this film is about me, or this film is about like acknowledging that I'm not crazy. Whereas I think the big part of this film isn't the disclosure part. I think it's the way humanity would treat anything that's not human. And I think that's the biggest test to this movie. And unfortunately, I would think, I mean, anything the government sees that's in the sky that's unidentified, they blow it up. That's why you see all these videos and films of military craft, and then they get permission to shoot it, and they do. So,
What was your favorite part of the movie?
oh gosh, I think it was the alien reveal at the end. I love that there was a group of people that like were in charge of taking care of this alien. This alien came out as like in a capsule or a box or something, but I think there was like stuff in it to keep him like
Comfortable.
moist.
Comfortable.
So then he comes out and he starts to stand and tells them the secret, which was the only word we got from at the end was the word listen. And I think that in itself is just enough for us to get from that film.
So your favorite part of the movie was when the extraterrestrial being was revealed.
Yeah. And then like the people's reaction when they saw it live, they were just standing still, and no one was doing a single thing. Everyone was just there at the moment, experiencing something that they've, and of course, and I think, and people are going to be like, there's AI and all this other stuff, but
That was a good moment, but I want to highlight the moment when Emily Blunt's character realizes what's going on with herself, because so many of us go through life without really knowing what's happening to ourselves. And when she finally, understood, I think that's very freeing to a degree. When she first started being able to channel or hear other people, like read into other people's minds and everything, she was freaking out, right? And so I think that when she finally remembered or understood what's happening, like she became like a different person. What was your least favorite part of the movie?
can I bring him over?
Sure.
Kitty.
This is Aslan.
This is Azzy Kitty.
Okay, bye. Okay.
They don't like to be held yet.
He is September, October, November,
still
December, January, February, March, April.
Still 9 months.
9 months.
I got that right.
What was your least favorite part of the movie?
The least favorite part was, I think there was a lot of, like there was this corporation that was kind of trying to prevent the disclosure information from getting out. But there was a scene where, what was his name? Colin Farrell?
Colin Firth.
Colin Firth was like holographic or telepath. Is that telepath?
When he was like going into that girl's mind and controlling her.
Telepathy or something, which I know is like
Another topic.
Well, no, is another like thing that people experience, like another sign or symptom or whatever. So maybe that was included, but I felt like that piece was just too long. It was dragging. So that was really it. But there's a lot of funny moments too. There's actually some. But Emily Blunt was excellent. in it.
I thought there were some very cheesy action sections that wasn't really necessary, I guess. Seems to be a lot of filler. But the one scene where Emily Blunt and her boyfriend, they were at that gas station. Like that's classic human reaction, just like running to the store and grabbing everything. Like, what the heck? People, calm down. Like, why are you all going crazy?
Well, because World War III was coming.
Oh, that's true.
I
I forgot about that part.
Basically, it was World War III. A lot of countries were attacking each other and declaring stuff. So everyone was panicking, like getting gas because it was rising. I think the price was pretty high in that film, like really high. And then they were getting water and all this stuff, so just supplies to survive. So that's why the aliens came at this time to probably just for us to stop. Hence our other your other channel, Beyond the Noise, where you just kind of stop and listen and just settle for yourself and also like listen to other people too. I take the time to do that. So after the movie, you know, I was kind of like, we heard a lot of clapping, which was nice, but I didn't really see many people cry. But we stay in the film until the end of the credits because we thought there was something at the end, but there wasn't. There's a couple of people that were there waiting too. But it was funny because when we walked out, this lady who we actually met when we were waiting for our tickets because the line took forever. This lady was really nice. She was, you know, but then she asked me after the film as we're walking to her car, she's like, "Oh, what did you think of it?" I'm like, "It was beautiful." As tears were coming down, she looked at me like,
she looked at him like he was crazy.
Yeah, like I think she was ready to say the movie sucked, and I, you know, because I was expecting a response from her kind of the same because she just seemed that kind of person, but I don't know.
You were wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was just funny how I don't know why I even said beautiful. Like that just came out. Maybe just because I felt something. I was just emotional. So we sat in the car for a while, and then we got dinner, and we're talking about it here at the house and kind of debriefing.
All right. Well, those were our thoughts on Disclosure Day. Please let us know what your thoughts were.
Yeah, let us know how you felt too. Like,
yeah,
you know, we really want to build a community, and you know.
Thanks for joining us on the couch with love and pride. See you next time. Bye.